Hey, what's going on, fam? Tokoyo Carlton here, and of course, I'm trying something here. So again, Tokoyo Carlton here. I just want to say thank you for joining with us today. And so I have two cameras set up right now. Got one above the other. So if I tend to look up, it's because I'm trying to make sure I stay in both. All right. So real quick, guys, I really just want you to understand that today I need you to accept that you are no longer the underdog. So I want to say that because so many of us have taken that name and ran with it, right? Your friends told you, that you will never make it. Your parents told you you would never make it. Your teachers told you you would never make it. So again, sometimes, we start to own the very thing that we need to release, the very thing that we need to let go, right? And so again, I'm telling you today that you're no longer a underdog. And so let me kind of break that down because again, I just want you to understand that. And maybe, listen, there may be people in your life right now who are speaking life into you, meaning they're saying that you can do it. They're speaking positive, but because you've been beat down, you've been bombarded with negativity. You just can't see yourself in that light, right? It's one of those scenarios where people say things like, you know, someone wants it for you more than you want it for yourself, right? Anybody ever been there? Like someone really wants to see you win, and again, because of situations you've been through over time. Again, this doesn't happen overnight. This happens over time, right? That someone's telling you that you're not good enough, right? And of course, you start to believe it. And when you start to believe it, it starts to come to fruition, right? It starts to become real to you, and it becomes reality. And no matter what you do, you start having that negative start to attract to you, right? And so here's what I mean. So that negativity is attracted to you, and it's hard for you to get out of that negativity because, again, it's something that's so ingrained in you, right? It's hard for you to get out of it because, again, it's ingrained. You want to get out of it, but it's so far and it's so deep in you, it's hard for you to escape it, right? So, how, if I've been doing something for so long and hearing it so long, how do I get out of it? How do I escape this mediocrity, right? This normacy in my life. How do I get better, right? How do I change the way that I think? And so again, I'm here to tell you that you're no longer an underdog. See, that's a title that you've owned. But you know what? The good thing about titles, you can grow from titles, right? You can, be the stock boy, right, or the stock girl, right, and move from the stock girl to the floor, right, and to the floor to supervision, and then from supervision to management to upper level. So what I'm saying is, it just doesn't stop there. See, it doesn't stop where you think you are. And if you're willing to grow, if you're willing to expand, if you're willing to see yourself in a different light, it can happen. So here's what I'm saying. How do I escape this underdog name that I've been given, this underdog name that I've owned for so long? How do I do that? Well, guys, the first thing you want to do is you want to get around winners. Get around winners. I mean, people who are doing what you want to do, right? It's so many of us because we've been in this underdog, mindset for so long. We see that people are having success. We see that people are moving forward and steadily moving, but we say things to ourselves like, if I didn't have any bad luck, I wouldn't have any at all. Who says that? Right? I remember a conversation that I had recently with a young lady, and she said that, and it irked me so much that she believed that, and she said it multiple times. Right? I met with her one time. She's a new sales agent on our direct sales team, and she said it one time, and I was just and I kind of course corrected her right there because it needed to be stopped right in the bud, and then of course it was a few weeks later, she said the same thing. So it's so far in her that it's hard for it to get out. See, guys, sometimes we're the only thing that's holding us back. And so how do we change that? So again, get around people who see things differently, see things better, see things in a different light, right? They look for the light, not the dark, right? Find those people who inspire people, find those people who are doing what you want to do. So it's important that again, we get excited about getting around people who are different than us. And I know it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be hard to kind of, because I know even me, right? So y'all know I try 99.9% of the time to be positive. Now I've got my little times too where I might say something off the wall or whatever, but 99% of the time, let me say 95, okay? I'm gonna say 95, let's be honest. So I'm gonna say 95% of the time, I'm being real, I'm being honest, I'm being true to myself, right? And so the thing is, I can rub people the wrong way because I'm too positive. How can you be too positive? Like, what? How can you be too positive? But you know what? Some people can't handle that. They need a little negative. They need a little argument. They need some fight, right? They need that negative thing happening constantly in their lives. They seek it out. Have you ever been have you ever been there like you don't even have you ever said, "Hey man, it's a beautiful day out there," or "Hey, I hope you have a great day" to somebody, and they immediately come back with something crazy like, "Hey, it's a beautiful day out there." Yeah, if it wasn't cloudy out there, right? Or they say things like, "You know what, man? Hey, have a super fantastic day." Why? Right? Like something crazy to back. And so again, guys, that's the underdog mentality that some of us have equipped ourselves to be a part of. Why are we subscribing to that? Why are we subscribing to that? I mean, who does that serve? Who does that help? Who's that bless? It doesn't bless anyone, right? And so here's what I want to say, guys. How do we change that? Get around people who are positive. Get around people who are forward thinking. Get around people who have what you want, right? Start to study those people. Start to watch their habits. Start to, listen to how they talk. Listen to how they walk. Listen to watch how they move. See, those are the things that you need to do to change that stinking thinking of being an underdog. So I hope that I'm helping here because again, you don't have to claim it. It's a name that was given to you a long time ago where people thought you were lazy, where people thought that you weren't smart. People thought that you would never amount to anything. But again, you got to understand that you can change those things. See, the only person who's watching this right now who can change that situation is you. You. You're the only one that can change that. Again, get around people who have what you want. If it's happiness, get around those people, right? If it's success, get around those people. If it's a better family lifestyle, get around people who have better family lifestyles, right? So again, it doesn't always have to be success. It could just be getting around people who have what you want. And then, of course, start attracting those things into your life. See, guys, that's a real thing. You can attract success. You can attract happiness. Just like you can attract negativity. Just like you can attract, bad things in your life. And it seems to just keep coming. It keeps coming. Right? And so again, guys, I want to speak life into you today. I want you to understand that you're no longer an underdog. That is a name you can never be called by. Right? That is a word that you need to get out of your mind, out of your head, out of your life. Because you deserve so much more. And guys, if you're wondering why I keep looking up and all that stuff, again, I'm running two cameras right now, and I've never done it this way. So I'm trying to pay attention to you and trying to pay attention to you. So the whole thing is, guys, I want you to understand this. It's up to you to change your life, to change your circumstances, to change the people around you. It's up to you to change how you feel every day. It's up to you. Only you are holding you back. And until you realize that, you'll keep running to that same wall every single time. And you'll sit there and you won't understand what's happening. And you'll continue to just say, I don't know why it's always happening to me. I can tell you, because you have to change your thinking. That stinking thinking will keep you in that rut. That stinking thinking will keep you from getting promoted. That stinking thinking will stop you from meeting that woman or man in your life that's going to bring that happiness. Right? That stinking thinking is going to continue to have your kids act out in the way that they act. Y'all getting this? So we have to change the way that we think. We have to change the way that we see things. Right? So, oh man, I hope y'all are getting something from this, man. I'm getting so excited. But here, listen, guys. So again, first thing is change your circle. So if you're hanging around other people who always constantly having situations, you'll constantly keep having situations. If you keep on hanging around people who always seem to be down, you're bound to be the next one down, right? If you're around people who are constantly something's going down, you're bound to be the next to have something going down. It's just the way it is. And I hope you understand that. We attract the things that we have in our lives, whether it be good or bad. And I'm just asking you to change the way you think. And how do you do that? Again, get around people who think differently. Get around people who push you to level up. And I know you have to at some point take ownership and level up yourself. But again, get around people who push you to level up. That's important. Get people to get you to try to go to that next level, right? It's kind of like going to the gym. You know, if you were going by yourself, you might get away with 10 push-ups and say, hey, I'm done for the day. But if you had a trainer, a personal trainer, that wouldn't happen. Because he's going to say you got one more in you. And you're going to do 11. And then when you go to 11, they're going to say, well, hey, listen, I know you got one more. Now you're at 13. See, guys, that's the power of having people around you who encourage you, uplift you, and say you can do it. So again, you can no longer answer to the call of you are the underdog. You can no longer answer to the call that you're not good enough, that you can't do it, that you'll never do it. From this point going forward, it's up to you how far, how big, how enormous your success is, how enormous your happiness is. It's on you. So listen, guys, I do this every single week, Monday through Thursday. I come on at 9:30, and hopefully we have this camera thing worked out next time. But again, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, I'm going live. Somewhere, somehow, I'm going live. And if I don't, I'll let you know, right? I'll put it out there because life happens, right? So I understand that. But at the same time, my commitment is still to do Monday through Thursday. And if I can't be here, I'll let you know. And if you don't know, then you know, right? If you don't see the video, you already know. You can go back and you'll see a post saying, hey, won't be going live tonight, right? So again, guys, I hope this helped. I hope it was an inspiration to somebody. I hope that, again, got something to trigger in you, right? So if you like what you've heard so far, and again, I want you to like it. I want you to love it. I want you to share it. I want you to comment, guys. Talk about a personal struggle you've had along the way. So anytime you've had a struggle, guys, I need you to write that in comments. If you had a struggle, how'd you get out of it? Help somebody. Post something that you struggled with, right? Based on something you put on yourself or based on something that somebody put on you. I want you to comment, like, what was the struggle and how did you get out of it? How did you work your way out of it? I need to hear that, right? And the people who watch this, even after the fact, they need to hear this, right? And they should be able to go down in the comments and see what some of your situations were, right? And how you worked yourself out of those situations. So again, guys, it's been a plum pleasing pleasure. I look forward to seeing you guys at the top, from the top, or over the top. Take care, take charge, and we'll talk to you soon.